kafin ku zo ku ce a'a kuna son canji, ai kun ga canjin ko? Ai kun ga canjin, me kan canjin ya kawo muku? Rashin zaman lafiya, kunci, rashin tattalin arzikin ƙasa.
What's going on, Christian?
Before you get so annoyed because you can't even understand what he's saying, you are not from that part. I understand, so I'll just keep it very sort of a minimal. All right. So that's him talking to them in Nigeria and all of that stuff. You know, Arewa, speak out now, scream out, and all of that stuff. So yeah. There's something I want to say. I don't think time will let me actually do that anymore. But I'm just going to kind of, wrap it up in a way with this question, okay? Somebody just shown me that although from November, there has been fuel scarcity, increase in the price of it, even though your government budgeted trillions of naira for subsidy last year, this year, but you have been buying it at ridiculous prices. That is if you've ever seen it at all. And they said that if you are watching this video, your worry is over, okay? If you have not been able to get a fuel in any part of Nigeria all this while, for the past 3 months, or for some of you are already buying it at very ridiculous prices, in the next few days, you are going to start seeing the APC, Egbekegbe filling stations, all over Nigeria, where you can actually pick up a liter of petrol for just 40 naira per liter. And the direct address is, Bodilon Road. I don't know the exact number, but if you go to Bodilon Road, I see you are looking for Shiwaju's filling station or house. It's inside the house. That will be the headquarters, and you can get all the information you need from there. Now, talking about the Obidients earlier, there is something I actually want to say before I, wrap it up. I'm not going to be taking calls tonight, but yeah, I'll take calls some other times, okay? However, there's something I want you all to know tonight, okay? Especially many of us. You know why I'm using us is because, not because I actually belong to that category of those who underrated them. I was one of those who said, right, they are the perfect karma, and I pray they can sustain the momentum, and they have actually surpassed my own expectation as well, okay? And let me tell you something. When you see the Obidients, no matter what you have, no matter how you try to see them, I am advising you right now that it is not too late. It's not too late for you, right, to change your mind of what you are underrating. I'm not saying you should support them. Oh, that's your own business. Oh, that's yours. Oh, I am just saying that it is not too late now to begin to change your mind from thinking they are nothing, just irritant, just this or that, abusive, and all of those things you are saying. You are the people who made them popular. You are the people who brought Obi to become the problems that you are facing today. Number one, right before our eyes, APC, Egbekegbe, destroyed Nigeria, and they are blaming someone else for it. And this is the first time in my life that I'm actually going to witness shamelessness and shameless people who have no shame, but they have so much confidence. This is the first time in my life. I have never seen anything like this before. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. Right before our eyes, in the last 8 months, I don't think there is anything they haven't blamed Peter Obi for. They have said that saving money is actually a crime. It's not a big thing. Saving money in 8 months, we got to know that is actually not the right thing. And therefore, anybody that saves money in public office, doesn't mean that it meant to ever is a crime. They couldn't tell us that those who stole money and they have been stealing it, that's actually unacceptable as well. 8 months, una spend so much energy because an Igbo man saying won't be president of Nigeria. That's his only sin. Oh. People that have been seeing Obi's video for years, and some of them are saying that this is the kind of person that should be president in Nigeria. Soludo should be somebody to be president in Nigeria. Febe, what's my name? what's that guy name? That guy from the African Development Bank, Adesina, your former Minister of Agriculture. I forgot his name. Something Shakin with me, Adesina. That's the kind of person that should be the president. The day Obi said they want to be president, they reminded all of us that he's an Igbo man. And the Igbos, listen to this, the Igbos, they killed our leaders in 1966. And the Northern Nigeria will never forget. Northern Nigeria will never forget to, kill you there. Shami Oloribu or there, illiterate. Soldiers, who are like, getting their inspiration from the ongoing world revolution at the time, decided to stage a coup in Nigeria in their way of dealing with who they suspected as corrupt politicians. Then they killed these politicians, and that led to the reprisal, the revenge coup of the same 1966. They kill our leaders. We will never forget Orieti Daru. Because Obi want to be president or saying won't be president of Nigeria. Now, the Northern Nigeria will never forget. Did they tell you that in 1945, just when they started all this program against one another, even before Nigeria's independence, over 40,000 Igbos were slaughtered in Northern Nigeria, same way of thinking, they are trying to dominate them. In between 1954 and 1957, over 300,000 Igbos were slaughtered in the same up north. No joke, your history, they have a reason for wiping away your history. Yeah, there's a reason for it. Because if you think about it, you will realize that the people that should be saying we will never forget, they should be the Igbos. In 1966, when these soldiers, when they killed Tafawa Balewa, killed the Igbo leaders, killed the Yoruba leaders, they said the Northerners, they lost most. Because the Northerners lost most in that coup, their leaders, so they blamed the Igbos for it. 6 months after that, the program started. More than 400,000 Igbos were slaughtered. In a thing that later led to, they have to return all the Igbos to Eastern Nigeria. And that's not all. Igbo soldiers were slaughtered in their barracks. Igbo senior military officers were slaughtered in their barracks. Igbo politicians and policemen, they were slaughtered across Nigeria. They didn't stop at that. A year after that, they started what they call the Civil War. 5 million Igbos were slaughtered in a space of 3 years. But they are not the one coming to say, we will never forget. We will never forget what you did to us. But now we're lunatics. Because of the Cold War that your criminal leaders put in your mind. An Igbo man saying won't be president. Suddenly, the North will never forget. The North will never forget. It's Nigeria. We enjoy it. Mayegun, an Igbo man, they will never make. I know. I'm not arguing it. What I'm actually against is that same you who believe that an Igbo man should not be your president in Nigeria, same you is saying that Nigeria is one country. The people that should be saying that they will never forget what Nigeria did to them. And they are supposed to be the Igbos. They are those who have lost most in this fraudulent Nigeria, just to keep it together. But poor history, poor education, ignorance, and your tribalism and other things that they have fed you with all your lives. An Igbo man saying won't be president. Show, day. How can he's going to break Nigeria? Is this Igbo people? Did they not say they wanted Biafra? How come they want to be president again? All of that is just to expose your frauderia. And I'm here to tell you, sure you get me now. Because if not, Baba, if not, Ejeka was sincere now. Let's be sincere. Look at these facts. Tinubu is a Yoruba man. Obi is an Igbo man. Abi, two of them say they want to save Nigeria. They can't present you their certificates based on their past antecedent and all of that. Entitled criminals want to fix your future. Baba, take a look at this one. This is Tinubu's record. The real record that he won't show you. He was governor for 8 years. Like other people who became governors. Sure you get. Governor. Now, after that 8 years, this is Tinubu's entitlement as a former governor in Nigeria. 300% annual salary as a severance package, as approved by their Abuja. 100% of the annual basic salary of incumbent governor. He will collect the same salary as governor. Any governor in Lagos State, whatever salary any governor is collecting, he will collect the same salary as his pension, right? For life. Now, is entitled to 6 new cars every 3 years. A new house in Lagos, minimum of 5 bedroom. A new house in Abuja or any other location, minimum of 5 bedroom. Free medical care for him and his family members for life. Entitled to cook, stewards, gardeners, and domestic staff, all pensionable. They will collect salary, they will collect pension just for serving Tinubu for life. All of this, they are the entitlement put in place by Tinubu and the model. There are so many governors in Nigeria and so many states in Nigeria adopted, and they are now paying their former governors, draining the resources to feed the criminals that made you poor every day. But now look at this guy. This is Obi. Like I said, facts are sacred, but they are facts. They don't change. He also was governor of a state for 8 years, like Tinubu, right? He didn't plunge a state into debt. For that 8 years that he was governor, there was no single debt in that state. He is not owing any gratuity. He is not owing any pension, right? Now, he didn't owe any pension. He didn't owe any salary. He didn't owe any contractor. The state was not in debt. Now, when he handed over, like Tinubu, he is entitled to nothing. He doesn't get paid any gratuity. He doesn't get paid any pensions. He's not entitled to any house. He doesn't get any car. No allowance of any kind. No maintenance of any kind. No personal assistance paid by Anambra. No domestic staff paid by the state. No aids or anything. Do you get that now? So, boy, he's an Igbo man. And the only thing they can tell you is that saving money for the future generation in his own small states that he knows, right? Probably they are not as rich as others who have access to this free money. He knows that. He never asked for anything. But guess what? This man is a better product to a young person that is a graduate, right? But unable to find any job. To businessmen who have shut down because the economy is never going to help them. Now, he is a good man because he made other billionaire thieves who live off the people for the rest of their lives. But you know, this one, you have to be very careful of this one. These are the things you did for 8 months. These are the things, these are the facts. These are the things. You were floating and flunging. And when people were asking any question, they will call them Omo Ali. Are you not a Yoruba man? Why are you asking all these questions? Are you not supposed to support a Yoruba man like yourself? Support a thief. You are now going to turn around and become prayer warriors, praying for the success of your children, who you are sending to school. You are just sending them to school. With the likes of Tinubu, your children are better off as Agberos in that Nigeria. So they started playing all this tribal card, religious card, all different cards. You were watching them. Now today, it seems all of that now. Be like saying now the Obidients, they use all these stones. They can't use them build steps. Now, what people are now saying is that even if he's going to get 5 million votes, he cannot win more than 5 states. He cannot win more than 7 states. Have you forgotten that there are just 4 people tweeting in a room? That is exactly where I'm coming to now. Let me tell you something. Majority of you have these biases, and I will explain that to you. You see, Obidients, me, I was very clear. Maybe because I am Mayegun, and I understand my audience very well. My audience cut across all part of the society. Nigeria, outside Nigeria, non-Nigerians. That's what my platform, that's what it does. Everybody comes in here. And somehow, if it is your turn or the turn of where you come from, you're going to get a very much clean, clear, unbiased analysis that will actually help you possibly to even understand other people too. That's who I am. I am not a rigid person. I am not one eye blind person that says, no. I am a teacher. And as a teacher, I may have my own conviction. At the same time, I must also do my best to understand other people's conviction. Do The only people that their conviction never moved me because it's fraud are the people supporting the establishment in Nigeria, supporting the PDP, supporting the APC, supporting the establishment and what they have done. I won't pretend about that. If you are one of them, you actually have no place anywhere near me because you are fraud, you are hypocrite, and you cannot be trusted. Calling yourself one Nigerian, in that aspect, you are a fraud. You can't defend those who actually brought us here. But I have learned something to understand the conviction of everybody. When I see APC, Egbekegbe person, or anybody defending APC, Egbekegbe, I understand why. I have an idea. Maybe not total. I do have an idea from experience. When I see people, young or old, defending Atiku or PDP here, I have an idea why. Do you understand? Same thing. I spent my time to understand the real thing behind the Obidients, and I never shy away from the truth. It's the same focus, laser focus, what have you, that I paid to the revolution now in the dark old days. It's also the same thing, the same laser focused attention to detail to get to understand something. Why are these people doing what they are doing? What is that conviction of yours that you disagree with this rotten establishment and you have chosen the path you have chosen to say, I am not going to be part of this nonsense. We are going to do revolution. That's what I did when I studied the Biafrans, the IPOB. When everybody was like, are you mad? Why are you trying to? I said, no, I will raise money for them if I have to. Because whatever they are doing is so legitimate that if all of you are educated enough and you know better, you should be doing what they are doing. Because why? The same marginalization that pushed them to that stage is the same thing all of us are suffering. But we choose to love our oppressors differently. That's what I did. Talking about conviction and respecting conviction. I respect Buharidients and their conviction. And that is why when I mention them and they pop up somewhere and they start abusing me, I'm just like, yeah, I see. I can cite you. I know you are here. I just wanted to know if you are here. Now I've mentioned you now. You have abused me now. I know you are here. When I mention the articulators and other hypocrites on this platform as well, and the genuine people who have actually seen through the whole charade, this is me trying to touch base on this, this temple, where a lot of people have become almost one for one reason only, because Nigeria is not for any of us. So therefore, people started choosing what they think is going to be the way out. I respect all of that. And that's why I respect the Obidients too. Respect the IPOB. Respect the revolution now. Respect everyone. Because to me, people are choosing their battle and conviction. Whether they're going to triumph, whether they're not going to triumph, whether they are supposed to come together. But that's a different ball game. You have to respect people's conviction before you can then say, why did you do it this way? Maybe it's just me, But I will tell you this. When the Biafrans are convinced that Nigeria is not for them and they want to leave, right? Some of you who don't believe in that separation, you attack them. You enjoy attacking them, abusing them. Because to you, that's a rubbish conviction. Let us all come together and work together and build a country. You and who? You don't respect that. When the people asked and said, we want Yoruba nation, because we don't believe in this charade, some of you, one Nigerian is, you don't believe them. You want them crushed. You want them brushed. You want them buried. Because what? You believe in yours that says, no, we have to do election to push these people out. Lack of respect for everybody's conviction that are fighting the same enemy, the same establishment that actually prompted all of this, is one of the reasons why a lot of you don't actually know that your conviction is legit. At the end of the day, everybody should know one thing. Nobody, no group, no one has the monopoly of the solution out of this log jam, but the conglomeration of all these forces at some point can align all together one day when they realize that they have one common enemy that made all of you anti-Nigeria establishment or Nigeria entirely. Now, respecting that means when you see the Obidients that are convinced that they could use election to defeat the establishment, you don't believe that. I don't. I don't believe too. But that's their conviction. If they push it, and the establishment misbehave enough that they started acting wrongly because they have been pushed out of their space, that could be all what all of you need to finally understand that you have a common enemy. And until this enemy is completely crushed, all your aspirations are going to be facing the same thing. Violence from the people that push you there. Don't forget that. And that's what I was trying to say yesterday when I said, if the Obidient believe in this, you don't. All you have to do is to let the time play itself out. Do not deny that this is happening, even if you don't believe in it. Denying it just makes you almost the same category of people who are saying, nobody can stop the establishment. And that is why they believe more in people destroying people and the APC. But you and I know this group of criminals are the reasons why you have all you have today. Do not deny it. I'm just trying to help you to come to that term that whatever you believe in is valid, is legit. Just same way with other people too. You have to respect that, even if you don't believe it's going to work. Because at the end of the day, they are doing something. IPOB is doing something. The Yoruba nations are doing something. A lot of people are doing something. But ask yourself, why is everybody doing all of this to get out of this whole thing? Why? Nigeria, the injustice, the unfairness, the inequality, the impunity, the corruption, and above all, the state-sponsored profiling, genocide. People are seeing things. Obi will rake all those things because even those who pushed us here, they are still insensitive. They don't care. You know they don't. Which means the term of if you found yourself in a pit, all you have to do is to stop digging. Stop digging and stop lying. Whatever you are seeing right now with social media, they are happening. And it's going to get so serious with what I'm witnessing, what I'm seeing so far. It's going to get so serious that before the middle of February, Baba, a lot of you will either so worry that this Obidient may actually like pull the stunt. Not just the stunt, they may actually whip the floor with this APC and PDP. And the signs are there. And the reason why it is actually happening is because those who destroyed Nigeria, they are not taking responsibility. Imagine APC spending their money and time to tell you that Obi is not doing everything to keep Eastern Nigeria safe. Is Obi your police IG? Is Obi your chief of army staff? Is Obi your president? Obi didn't improve. It didn't give employment to Anambra people. That's why they are flocking to Lagos. They spent 8 months to sell Obi, thinking they are condemning him. Look at it today. I'm just here to tell you that even if you are living in that denial, fine. But show some respect. Because you see what they are doing is as legit as what you are doing. If you say, we need a revolution, election cannot do it. See, I agree with you. But some of us who said the election cannot do anything, we are not just saying election cannot do it. We have shown it. We have shown the process. That with this process, forget about any credible election. But they want to go ahead and do it. For years. Some of us told them why this is not going to work. But guess what? When this Obi 8 months ago told them to go and pick up a voter's card. 28 million of them pick up voter's card in 3 months, Baba, or register to pick up voter's card in 3 months. Don't pretend that this is not happening. And the only thing we made me take out of the whole thing is that at the end of the day, may they just underrate them. Underrate here, Revolution Now, IPOB, Yoruba Nation, and so many other disgruntled groups that says they are done with Nigeria. May they just stop them with disobedient own. That's my prayer. So that we can then try and check out something. The number is real. At the palace of, I can't remember the name, Agoro or something of Kafanshan, before Obi's arrival, somebody recorded this. And the guy was on, he's captured social media. Forget about it. When it comes to the young people in Nigeria, he controls them now. Now, this is a fact. And you don't have to take it or believe it. He is the hottest. He is the leading one. And he is causing so much trouble within the system that those who have perfected all their plans about this 2023, they have been pushed back to start go and re-strategizing, trying to figure something out. This has never happened before, at least not in my own lifetime. So the only thing that could come out of this whole thing at the end of the day is actually that revolution, the part 2 that some of you subscribe to. That's the moment. And I'm saying this to you, right? Because if eventually the establishment do what they think they can do, it's not going to be easy. A lot of you want revolution, Abi, and you don't like the Obidients as what they are right now, Abi, because it's just that they are trying to, whatever you think. Me, I am seeing the ingredients that a lot of you are going to be part of them later to now say, yeah, finally revolution. The establishment is not going to remain the same. You can take that to the bank. And I guess they know. Esprit de corps, they call it. Bunch of old relic. So Obi was on a program called the AY show. You know AY comedian? He did a show for him where Obi was answering questions from all over the place. This is now beyond the mainstream media, okay? A situation whereby social media and internet could connect all the people together in a stroke. Baba, you won't believe this, so you should. This is social media. This is social media age. Within 24 hours on all platforms, right? More than 200 million people viewed that video. Nigeria and abroad. More than 200 million people. Nobody has ever pulled that crowd, ever, in Nigeria, wherever, anything that goes on in Nigeria. Nobody, no individual has ever pulled that. And in his closing remark, when he was talking to them in that open conversation, he had this to say before I round up tonight.
Is not a problem. Atiku remains a respected senior brother for the rest of my life. Even if my senior brother has his own fault or anything, he remains my senior brother. I always respect him because God allowed him to be my senior brother. And I respect that. What I said is that in this business of politics, that I pass through him. If you are apprentice in what we call Igbo type of trading, you learn from too many people who have to group you up, and when all of them goes, they settle you. you start the same trade and everything, you might not necessarily sell the way they are selling their own. You might be selling differently, you know. So that is where to go. I passed through his hand. I learned things from him. I respect him. I have so many things, and he will remain so. There's one or two other people who I passed through their hand. I learn what they're doing. All combined, I'm selling my own, in my own style. I don't question how they're selling their own. But I remain respectful of their own distance. We're all looking for customers. It depends on who the customer wants to buy. If you want to buy Obidients, here I am to sell it to you. If you want to buy Articulate, he sells it to you. You want to buy a Millicom, he sells it to you. So we have our product with their names clearly spelled. Whichever one you want to buy, it's it. I'm selling my own.
Now market, you know, is a trader. A marketer, they sell your own. I sell my own. I am just Mayegu and then the referee in the temple of truth to tell you the truth, even if it is very tough. Just know it. You know what I mean? It does help. I can assure you of that. So that's where I'm going to actually draw the curtains. Okay. Tonight, tomorrow is going to be another day. You know that. And then, yeah, God willing, I'm going to be here to also give you an update as usual. It's just I'm not taking calls. However, this is one information that I think you will need as well. Okay. The new Naira note is out, I've been told, and a lot of people are now getting access to it. Some of them have been wrongly printed. There was actually a copy of that. See, let me tell you something, right? If you come across a note, Nigeria Naira note, that looks like this, right? Do not panic. All you have to do is to take it back to the bank, the same bank. So it does happen, all right? It's just that it's not a right time. It's not the right time for this to be happening. After all of the drama that followed the repainted Naira, okay? So if you see anything like this, it is still legal. And what I believe about monetary policies, right? It is still money, okay? Don't go and use your scissors to trim it, especially that 1,000 naira. Don't go and use your scissors to trim, Just take it back to any of your bank and they will give you a new one. It's not fake. I just thought I should tell you that for the sake of those who have been seeing that money. And in case if you come across it, okay? Like I said, it's the wrong time where everybody will just take a banter at it, okay? But nevertheless, it does happen. I'm in that, don't worry yourself. All you have to do is that just go on to Google, all right? And check the money, printed money with error or with a mistake or anything like that. Just search for that on Google. You'll be surprised at how many kind of currency all over the world, including dollars and pound sterling. They have been, I should have saved some, I don't have much time right now to start going to look for that. But again, you can do it too. Search on the internet and then you'll be able to deal with that. One more thing before I go. You remember the last time when we had the audio recorded by the Arabinrin, the wife of the Ondo State Governor, Akeredolu, which is called Arakunrin. And it was about a woman, a lady, who happened to be a member of APC, Egbekegbe, in a particular local government area she mentioned, and that she was bringing concussion for her husband, Akeredolu, because Akeredolu is sick. You remember that? Of course you should. Don't make me pretend like you didn't know that time. Yeah, the First Lady of Ondo State accused the woman of trying to take over her husband or trying to use to leverage on her husband's ailment or sickness, right? To enter him and then for him to make her the First Lady of Ondo State. That you, First Lady. Okay. Anyway, I saw the picture of Akeredolu, my brothers and sisters. If you are very good in, they said they are already spending money on good medical facilities, blah, 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 medical treatment abroad and all of that. When I saw a picture of Akeredolu, Baba, I fear. And there's no way, as a Yoruba man myself, or as a human being, I will see this and I will not feel for him. Do you get that now? When I saw this image, he's been very much missing in public for a while. This image was taken on the day Kolu went to Akure to campaign. Here you get. So we don't know what is wrong with him. Some have been saying so many things is wrong with him, Akere Dolu. But whatever it is, right? This is scary. And I really wish him a quick or a recovery in a way. Because I mean, I don't really wish anybody bad though. As much as I talk about Tinubu all the time, right? I don't hate him. All your politicians in Nigeria and all the madness they are doing, as evil as they are, I don't hate them. I don't like them. Okay? The opposite of like is dislike. You know that. It's not hate. Hate is the opposite of love. So if you love, you know, love is a very strong word. If you love and you mean it, that you love somebody or you love something, it means a lot, yeah? That's exactly the same tone that hate carries. These guys, I talk about them all the time because of their roles, because of my own knowledge about politics, as well as policies, as well as politicians and the people. I understand the impact of having wronged people, overseeing your own life, even when you are actually yet to be here. Generations yet unborn are going to meet all of this mess, even though if they didn't choose to be part of Nigeria. The roles these guys are playing, and every day, and how much or what consequences all these roles actually brings, is the reason why I talk about them all the time. Yes, there are roles in the national politics, there are roles in the regional politics, there are roles in the international politics, all of this, and their names. How did they affect us? How have they affected me? Simply because I am from Nigeria. That's why I talk about them. I don't hate people. Now, some of you, they talk, say you hate me. Some of you don't even understand the word hate. I hate this Mayegun. You hating me because of Tinubu? You have no idea. You may not like me, which is all right. I don't like this Mayegun. I mean, that's fear. I hate this Mayegun. Why? What have I done to you? Nothing. It's because you are just stupid and ignorant. Somebody said, Mayegun, you don't need to be vulgar when you talk to Baba Koshidanu. I know my people. My people know me. And when I talk about the lunatics, the wearies, they come here to kind of try to twist things because of their love for these criminal politicians. When I'm talking to them, I want to be more. I'm not talking to them. So don't come here and give me one useless advice as if to say I requested for one. I told you I know my audience. The Alawokus, the wearies, the humble slaves, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morals, and the rest of them from the clans of the side barbarians, the Buhari idiots generally. I know them. They are here. They can't go anywhere. They are always going to be here. So when I'm addressing them, I don't cut out what I say. So when I go on that tirade, it's just to let you know that when I speak about these criminals, I'm speaking about their activities, their actions, their inactions, their all things they do that ended up having to affect millions of people that don't really give a damn about. Many of these millions of people are our own family members, friends, neighbors, and the rest. So I'll leave you to that. And then I wish Akere Dolu a quick recovery. And we also wish these two a safe journey to the world beyond. Hopefully, the Obidients can actually bury them. You see, I will celebrate you, Obidients, okay? If you bury these two wearies, these two old relics, these two old greedy criminals, if you bury them as they are on their way to the mountain of the dead, follow them, push them, and leave them there. I will celebrate you here. It's going to be an open of a new era. And that, when we get to that bridge, all of us that want to leave Nigeria, when we get to that bridge, right, we'll deal with it. But you see these relics, they will ruin and destroy whatever you are seeing right now, even worse than it, which is also good. But it's going to be violent. It's going to be bloody. If you can just use a forklift carry them, drop them inside those mountain of the dead. A lot of a lot of children, unborn, born and unborn, are never going to forget you. I'm not underrating you, Obedient. If you wake up tomorrow, may I say something will go make you mad? Listen to me. I have been with madder people. Do you think anybody that is supporting APC, normal? In your own mind? Do you really think anybody is supporting APC? Now, normal people. Mad people, correct, mad, original mad people. Suffer head. If they are killing them, they will say, it's the fault of the weather. It's not Bokwari. Mad people. Guys, I've been dealing with these guys for years. Simply because I will always say what I think is right. And over time, I have done that so very well. Seriously. For straight 10 years. So Obedient, you are the karma that the Bible talked about. Don't ask me the verse or chapter. I'm just telling you, you are that karma. So if you can take these two to the mountain of the dead and never to return, you have made history, and I will celebrate you too. Sure you get. Thank you very much for your time. I'm going to see you some other time. However, to all my donors and those who have come to our aid, putting resources together to reach out to 6,000 school children in Yoruba land, which is going to start in another 2-3 weeks. So I am very grateful to you, to everybody who is still willing to reach out to us, to support us, to help us. Every penny you put towards this is going to go straight into the hands of those who are going to make this happen. And trust me, you'll be so proud when you begin to see the result as well. Play your role. I'm playing mine. I'm going to see you some other time, okay? Enjoy the evening. And you should all have a wonderful night rest. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun Diary politico. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ
Máyégún máa wí.
àní èsúra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá
Máyégún máa wí.
àní èsúra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò
Máyégún máa wí.
àní èsúra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
òkúra olóṣèlú
Máyégún máa wí.
àní èsúra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì
Máyégún ti dé.
àní èsúra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
ha kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹ̀rùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.